Hi, my name is Saquon Barkley, running back at Penn State. I was born in Bronx, New York, raised in Copley, Pennsylvania. I moved there when I was 5 years old. My mom and dad felt like it would be a better opportunity for me and my family. I attended Whitehall High School, played there for 3 years under Coach Gilbert when I was a small kid or smaller in high school, and that drive that I had to take it to the next level was the same mentality that I had when I got to Penn State. And my goal was to try to go down as one of the best backs to ever come out and one of the best players to ever play in Penn State history.
And he certainly has done that. You look at a school record for rushing touchdowns with 41. And his role is going to be limited today, though, which is interesting. May not return kicks, we're told by James Franklin, and may rotate series. But when he's on the field, he might be the best player in college football. He was great in the Rose Bowl last year, and we get to watch him a little bit today in this game. Anyway.
There's a reason why Mel Kiper has him as the #1 prospect on his big board. It's his versatility. But I love how unselfish he is, too, in pass protection. Seeing the blitzer, going right at the thigh boards to save a life. Boom, gives McSorley a little extra time. And then in the passing game, look at him go up, climb the ladder with one hand and make the snag, put the brakes on and get north and south. And then, like you alluded to, not sure he's going to do this today, but in the return game, look at the top end speed. This is against Ohio State on the opening kickoff. You see the Jets and you see his capabilities with the ball in his hands.
Well, Saquon Barkley from Copley, Pennsylvania was Mr. Football in that state, and also was a great high school basketball player at Whitehall High School. His great uncle Iran Barkley, 3-weight world champion boxer. And Saquon will start the game at running back. Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year, #2 in the entire country in all-purpose yards. And perhaps the #1 pick in the NFL draft. He's yet to declare, but just about everybody assumes this is his final college game. Here's Trace McSorley, the quarterback, and they run a shovel pass, and Barkley going to lose yardage. Dropped by Keyshawn Bierria for a 1-yard setback.
What makes Barkley so elite is the way he can beat you in so many different aspects of the game. The passing game, on the perimeter, up inside between the tackles, make you miss, and then just beat you with track speed. He's so elusive, and NFL scouts have told me he might be the best running back prospect they've seen since Adrian Peterson.
He's such a good pass catcher too, Greg. He's #2 on the team in catch. You can hear the Washington fans. Pretty good turnout for Husky faithful. Underneath to Barkley, and Barkley with that great speed, able to get away from the defender and move the chains with his 48th catch of the year.
He's such a difficult matchup right here, working against Keyshawn Bierria, a linebacker.
Another quarterback standing next to him now leaving. That's Tommy Stevens. So he'll put those guys in there together as Barkley runs straight ahead for a first down to midfield. 13-yard pickup for Barkley.
They get the defense's eyes working away as Stevens works out of the backfield, and they give it to Barkley to Ohio State in their house.
How about this little trickery there? The direct snap. Here is Saquon Barkley. Dives to the 12-yard line. So a gain of 8 for Barkley.
You see Barkley go aerial all the time. And here he is. Just whoop. Sure, I'll take 4 extra yards and avoid contact.
I tell you, Greg, you don't realize how sudden and explosive he is when you see how big he is.
So crafty, Tom. Just has such a good feel for the position and a great understanding and feel for the defenders and the space around him.
A couple years ago for Penn State, but now is the full-time guy. Barkley straight ahead down to the 4.
Greg, they're just giving Washington so much to have to deal with. You know, they're shifted into the backfield. They're shifting
underneath to Gaskin.
Barkley just shifted into the backfield. And Barkley gets it into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State. number 17 on the season rushing, and number 20 on offense. 22 overall if you include special teams, and a touchdown pass by Saquon Barkley this year. He can do it all, and he just gave his team a 14-0 lead in what is likely his final college football game.
He's not the best in the business for nothing, folks. Saquon Barkley finds pay dirt yet again with a little helicopter action. 2-touchdown lead for the Lions.
And in trouble here is Gaskin in the backfield. And he's down for a loss of about 4 or 5 on the play.
Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship, and Miami looked like a different team the last couple weeks of the season.
Here's Gaskin on the run on second down. And down to the 49-yard line. Myles Gaskin, who is a junior, comes into this game needing 150 yards to pass Napoleon Kaufman for the school record. Pretty impressive. 1,300 yards his first 2 years, and a great chance to get that 3 straight years.
We did Washington game a little earlier in the season. I was just a little bit hot and cold with Myles Gaskin. Not these last few weeks. He's really turned it on, but struggling to get loose today against a very capable Penn State defense.
In trouble here is Browning. Gaskin on the catch, breaks a tackle, and dumped short of the line to gain by Brandon Smith. So it's 4th down and 4. You're down 2 scores here. Barkley off the left side. Here he goes. Look at the speed. Oh my goodness. Breaks a tackle. Gonna take it to the house. 92 yards. Toying with the defender. Saquon Barkley. Encore. Wow. Probably his final game, but not the last time we'll see that kind of a run. I mean, that safety had an angle, yet he still had no shot. 28-7 Penn State. Penn State Bull record for the longest run, 92 yards by Saquon Barkley.
Just a standard inside zone. You're going to see double teams working up, and you're going to see a lot of green grass and movement by this Penn State offensive line. And when you get Saquon Barkley into the 2nd and 3rd level with a full head of steam, good luck, because he can turn on the jets as well as anybody. Look at this. Untouched all the way to the end zone and outrunning a safety. Talked to James Franklin yesterday. He said that when he shows up at the combine, he'll be 230 pounds. He'll jump 40 plus in the vertical. He'll run 4.3 in the 40. He might shatter every single record that the combine's seen for running backs. He is something special and on full display on that last run. There isn't one. I mean, I actually reached out to an NFL running back coach, and he said he's more shifty side to side than Todd Gurley, but has that same type of top end speed. I had another NFL scout tell me he has not seen someone like him. He's that well built. He's that fast and explosive and strong. And Tom, I really believe this. I think he is the best college running back I've seen since I got into this business, and it hasn't been that long, but we've seen some good ones in recent years with Ezekiel Elliott and Leonard Fournette and some others.
He is Marshall Faulk with physical stature. In the passing game, in the run game, and when you say he's 4'3", he's 4'3" in pads, not shirts and shorts.
Amazing talent on display.
And now Washington in big trouble, down 21 points, and that vaunted defense getting torched here today. Gaskin gets maybe a yard. Decide to sit out bowl games, not Saquon Barkley. In fact, James Franklin said his role will be limited, but if it was up to Barkley, he'd play the whole game. Penn State fans will miss seeing that. And so will James Franklin. 92-yard run by Barkley. Vision of what to do on fourth down. Direct snap. Gaskin trying to find a hole. It's there. And he finds the end zone. Touchdown, UW. That's number 20 on the season for Myles Gaskin. Off the turnover by Penn State. Gaskin had 4 touchdowns in his last game against Washington State. He now has 10 in his last 3+ games. That was big for the Huskies.
Wildcat power football. You're going to see pullers and blockers out in front. And watch the way Myles Gaskin makes number 47 right there miss at the point of attack. He's so difficult to bring down early. You can see number 47, Brandon Smith, just over pursuing that power play. Gaskin slipping right inside for the huge touchdown for Washington to stop the bleeding. Really the first positive run play they've had all day against a stout Penn State defense.
Yeah, they're actually now in plus yardage. They were negative.
Greg, when you look at Myles Gaskin, the one thing about him is he may be short, but he's not small, and that's what makes it so difficult to tackle him upon first contact.
He accelerates so quick, too, so he can stop his feet, then put that back foot in the ground and go north and south so quickly. It's an impressive player.
Player spotlight brought to you by IBM. He's got 2 touchdowns already. He's barely been on the field, and he's got 2 scores.
Yeah, he's making those carries count, averaging just under 20 yards per carry. Of course, a 92-yarder will do that. What's amazing, too, is that between the tackles, there hasn't been a ton of opportunity, but on the perimeter, they've had quite a bit of success. Saquon Barkley back in there again, looking for more.
I just know Penn State fans love the fact he's playing today. They get one more chance to watch him. All college football fans, other than if you're a Washington fan, enjoying watching Barkley and what'll be his final game as he's taken down here after just a 1-yard gain. Here's him back in high school. Here's Barkley. And look at him turn it upfield. Nice tackle, though, by Bartlett to keep him from getting the first down and maybe more again.
That was a great job right there, Greg, by Penn State.
The formation that they ran it out of earlier.
And Barkley able to power past the marker. First down Penn State. They have all their timeouts. 2:49 remaining here in the half. See how Washington handles this situation here. They're just going to keep it on the ground after that great punt. Gaskin in trouble and down at the 3-yard line. Let's see if just a true freshman, their best player. Gaskin on 2nd and 11 out to the 12-yard line. Let's see if Penn State calls another timeout here on 3rd down or not.
Lot fade for the first touchdown, and then how about Saquon Barkley? How many times have we seen this over the course of the last couple years? Safety had an angle on him, and he just ran away. All 5'11", 230 pounds, showing off that 4.2, 4.3 speed. Truly remarkable performance on display by both those Nittany Lion players.
And Barkley only had 9 carries. His role has been limited today because they don't want him to get hurt. At halftime, showing some leadership here, talking to his team, trying to encourage him as they get ready for the 3rd quarter.
Hey, new half. 0-0 now. 0-0 mentality. 3 and out right away, D. 3 and out right away. Get that mindset early.
Barkley getting ready for what could be probably is his last half of college football. And again, James Franklin told us that Barkley wants to play every single play, but I don't want him to get hurt, so I'm going to limit his role. Probably not going to return kicks, and we haven't seen him do that at all today. And he's been rotating with Miles Sanders.
I'll let you know what Chris Peterson had to say.
And they run Myles Gaskin on 1st down, and he's dumped after a 2-yard gain. And now he's leaving the backfield as a direct snap it to Gaskin who gets the first down. Marcus Allen stacks him up. I was going to say, though, Brown
Passing game to the outside.
going to keep it on the ground on 2nd and 10. And look at that push up front. Gaskin gashing him for about 8. Remember, they had 4 rushing yards at one point in the first half. And In the first quarter, they barely even had the football. They got 9 plays already on this drive, and they're having success running the football, something they could not do in the first half.
Well, that was a nice design on that last run. A bunch of pullers up inside. Gaskin making this third down much more manageable, where he might get the direct snap here.
Gaskin trying to find a hole. How about that block by Coleman? Coleman, who's a running back, was in there with Gaskin, and he just lit somebody up to open that running lane for Gaskin to get the first down. Saquon Barkley in the game. This is his 12th touch, his 10th carry, and he is bottled up after a gain of 1 by Vita Vea. Greg Gaines in there as well. Those guys were quiet in the first quarter, but an entire Washington defense.
And they showed in the first.
Here's Barkley out in space. And ran out of room on that far sideline. That was a good job defensively, keeping Barkley in front of them. Short gain brings up 3rd and long. Perfect on 3rd down. 7 of 7 passing. Barkley breaks a tackle and finally brought down at the 25. And JoJo McIntosh didn't want to get off him. He's saying that finally get him down to the ground and not get all the way from Virginia to this. And to watch this performance by Deshaun has to be rewarding. On 2nd down, Gaskin tackled short of the line of scrimmage. 3rd down coming up.
Deshaun Hamilton, such a special young man.
Touchdown lead. Direct snap to Barkley. Barkley hit in the backfield. A huge play at the 31-yard line by Ryan Bowman. And they release him down the field. Stepping up McSorley and throws to Barkley. Leaps in, is out of bounds. Where will they spot it? And they give him the first down. He went airborne and picked up an extra few yards and moved the chains. Gotta love the fact that this guy doesn't have to play. He could just sit out. He's not even playing his full number of reps, but he's selling out for his team. We've seen him go airborne several times in this game.
Leave no doubt. It's the best back we've seen in college football in a while. He really is. What a special young man.
So first down on the 23. Here's Barkley again. That pass a little behind him. Look at the speed as he turns upfield, breaks a tackle, reverses field, and finally brought down at the 19, a gain of 4. You know, some would say, well, if you're James Franklin, why play him at all? Why not just sit him like some other players have done? And Franklin told us yesterday, look, the kid wants to play every play. I'm just trying to help him out. I know he could get hurt on any play, but he wants to play. We're going to let him play, but he's not going to have his normal role. Yeah, and he's selling out. He really is. He might not have as big a role as usual, but he's making that role count every single time he touches the football. Limited because of injury today. And immediately on the handoff, Simmons is in the backfield.
Underhanded it.
Pressure coming up the middle. Browning climbing the pocket, and he overthrew Gaskin, who was wide open at midfield.
Oh, man. There are so many plays over the course of a game that you would just love.
Said keep running.
To have back, but I know he's upset. Keep running, keep running. That ball was way too high, intended for a running back. That's
They got a 2-touchdown lead. You would imagine they'll start to milk the clock here, and Saquon Barkley, the perfect guy to do that. He picks up about 2 or 3 there for this job, and he's got them back at a championship caliber level. Won the Big Ten a year ago. They defend Barkley well that time. He loses yardage and steps out 6 and counting with 3rd and 10. McSorley dumping it off to Barkley. And Barkley dropped at the 39-yard line by Joyner, so the Huskies able to force a punt. So it's going to be a direct snap. That's Browning, the quarterback, leaving the backfield. Gaskin kind of looked at him and then takes off, and Gaskin might go the distance. Washington is back in the game. Touchdown, Huskies. Like a point guard, he froze the defense. Gaskin saying, I know Barkley's probably a top 5 pick, but you know what? I've had some pretty darn good numbers too. 1,300 yards, 3 straight years, 21 rushing touchdowns, including 2 today. in 2017. Five lasted less than a minute because of Gaskin's touchdown run.
Myles Gaskin out of the Wildcat. It's been their most productive run play of the day. He breaks free to green grass. And it's a one-score game because of an incredible quarterback power out of the Wildcat. Myles Gaskin standing about 6 yards deep. And look at this cutback. Boom. And then he hits the Jets. And he is gone. What a great design. They've had such success with that play today. They scored on it earlier from about 12 to 15 yards out. That time, he hits his head on the goalpost for a huge game-changing play.
Think about it. Gaskin had 13 carries for about 30 yards, and then he goes for 69 on that play, the longest run of the season for Washington. He's had quite a day as well, running for 128 yards and 2 scores.
He's also been active in the pass game, too, converting several third down opportunities. But man, you see that quick twitch ability coupled with the power and the body control. And then the Jets right here, just out the gate. A safety, McIntosh, had an angle. He just ran away from him and hurtled into the end zone. Saquon Barkley, in what could be his final game for Penn State, has been sensational.
The Washington on first and second down because you got the clock inside 5 minutes. They are going to throw it. McSorley stepping up. Goes to Barkley, another high percentage throw. He stays inbounds to keep that clock moving in a gain of about 5.
How smart was that, guys? And again, Trace McSorley's ability to move around.
Continues with that gunslinging mentality.
Barkley trying to bust it to the outside, and it's taken down as he went high in the air, helicoptering again. We've seen that several times. Austin Joyner on the tackle. Now it's third down, and again, James Franklin told us, look, he's going to rotate series. He's not going to play as much as he normally would, but he's been out here a ton in the fourth quarter with the game at stake and what will likely be his final game at Penn State.
And he's converted on critical down and distance. I would expect him to get the ball again right here, running to the right-hand side.
With a clock at 3:40, it is Barkley, and he gets the first down, powering into Washington territory. He'll stop the clock, then move the chains, and then start that clock running again. Vieira came out of there with the ball and had it swatted away by Ryan Bates.
Barkley right there, by the way, he's going off the field. As he's going off the field, he lifted up one finger, said, I'm coming out for one play. I'm assuming that's what he meant.
On second down and long, Barkley running here, going backwards, trying to stay in bounds, but went out at the 45-yard line. 2:53 on the clock, so Washington doesn't have to spend a timeout here. And it is Barkley, and he's close. They're going to mark him short, so this will take the clock. You see Penn State backing way off on 4th and 10. Browning stepping up, caught, and here's the lateral. There's Pettis. He laterals it again, and Penn State's got it. He threw it right to Brandon Smith. He didn't need to do that. There's still 5 seconds on the clock.
What a performance today. You and Coach Franklin knew you were going to have a plan for how many touches you were going to get, how you were going to be utilized. What does this team mean to you in relationship to your performance here today?
Well, the O-line, we got to give credit to the O-line. The O-line came out and played a tremendous game. We heard all week about how special Washington defense is and how they're good in the run game, and the O-line really took that to heart and really took that personal day. And I think we're able, in one run, we had 92-yard run, and they only gave about 96 on average for the whole year. So big credits and big much love to the O-line, and this team is special. You got to be in the locker room to understand how I feel and what I mean by saying that word special. This group of guys is going to be special. Some of us going to be able to play at the next level, some may not, but whatever we do in our life, they're going to be special and they're going to be successful in life, and especially to the seniors. The seniors did a great job, and great job of bringing this program back, and I just want to say thank you to those guys, and it's been an honor calling my teammates and calling my brothers.
We live in an era where a lot of people are choosing not to play in a bowl game for their NFL draft status. You chose to play here today. What is your status moving forward on whether or not you'll enter the NFL draft?
Right now, I'm not even focused on that. Right now, I'm just trying to enjoy the moment, live in the moment, spend time with my teammates. My family was able to make it to the bowl game this year. Spend time with them, and whether it's the day after or whether it's 2 weeks or to the last day, I'll make that decision. When it hits me on the side of my head, I'll know what decision I'll make. But like I said, it's been an honor to play for this team and be able to play for the seniors this year. And when I mean the team, I mean, I'm not saying future, I'm leaving. I'm saying this team right here, no matter what, this team will never be together no matter what. And the seniors and all those guys who ever go off and play in the NFL and be successful businessmen, we're never going to get this back, and we'll never get this opportunity to be part of a family like this again. And I'm so thankful for it.
Congratulations and go enjoy it, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Obviously, it'd be a shock if he came back, given what he's already accomplished and how highly NFL people think of Saquon Barkley.